Actually, making president raps isn't really helping my not a band kid cause. Welcome back, everyone, to Salvy and Quinn. I hope you enjoyed the 400 subscriber special.
I know I did. That was a delight, Salvy.
I had a good time. We're playing Mario Kart 8
We're spectating other people
play. Japanese guy is killing... Oh,
shit.
Sorry. Well, we can just talk a little bit before we get into the gameplay. Lord knows people don't watch us for the gameplay.
No, that's true.
We got new nicknames.
What?
I know.
Who says who?
New nicknames just dropped for Salvy and Quinn.
Nah.
We are now Professor Pikmin and the Katamari Killer.
Ooh, the killer. Why can't I be the king or something?
Nah,
the killer is cool, I guess.
Professor Pikmin and the Katamari Killer.
Katamari Killer.
Because I'm good at Pikmin and Quinn's good at Katamari. Those are...
I feel like neither are very hard games.
No, dude, we're so good.
Oh no, not the second blue shell.
No!
Same spot both.
He's had a horn!
He saved it for the final battle.
Brick! He
bricked.
Dude. He had a horn and then that must have been lag.
He tried to do the most. He tried to dodge it by hitting the banana. That way he doesn't get like blue shelled because he's invincible after the banana.
Dude,
but he just lost so much speed
and then
anyway.
He got horned.
He got caught up.
These guys just killed that.
That was crazy.
That sucks. I get slushies from 7-Eleven. I'll go to 7-Eleven and buy a slushie. And normally, like, I'll just give them a $5 bill or something, and then they give me a bunch of change. But I know, like, it's $2.80.
Right.
Like, every single time, it's $2.80. And I realized, like, oh, that's actually a very easy amount to do.
Yeah, well, I just gave you a bunch of
change. I know.
So there you go. It's slushy fun.
It's literally just 2D, 3 quarters, and a nickel. Yeah. I got all those.
Yeah.
So what I've done is, like, when I go to the 7-Eleven, I'll just get that change. I've got it ready. It's because I'm just saving time. And I can just put it on the table and, leave after I pay for it. But I don't, for some reason, I feel weird about, like, being ready and, like, knowing. like, I just feel awkward about it. It's embarrassing a little bit to know the exact price. So it's just like an automatic response. When they say the price, I open up my wallet and just go, oh. And then just,
what do you know?
Yeah, and I literally do like a what do you know kind of gesture.
I feel like that's worse if it's the same
I know,
guy
and I know.
Like,
It is worse. And the thing is, I have it in a different pocket. So I look in my wallet, go, oh, and then I pull out the change from my bag.
That's so bad, dude. Why?
I don't know.
It's not even bad if you knew that it was the right amount. Like you could have easily just he would have not batted an eye. He would have been like, oh, he's probably just like.
No, what I do is I open my wallet.
Been here before.
I open my wallet with one hand, and then I take it out with the other hand, and then put the hand in my wallet and act as if I just pulled it out of the...
You're like doing magic tricks.
I'm doing magic tricks for the 7-Eleven thing.
The sleight of hand.
It's literally sleight of hand, but it's like a perfect stack, and they're ordered where it's like 2D, quarter, nickel, right? So they're exactly ordered. And I'm just like, oh, it's so lame, dude. It's probably the least cool thing I do ever.
Nah, it's the highlight of the guy's
opposite
diet,
from rapping present lyrics.
Nah, that's the coolest thing I've ever
Yeah, you're right. The coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, fuck. What else have you done?
Fuck. One thing I did was I played goalkeeper in a Div 1 game when I'm not a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That was
so you've only ever played goalkeeper like once before?
Twice.
Right? Twice,
so,
okay.
We've played a couple times in front of pretty big crowds. Normally we're not in front of very many crowds. It's just like, family and friends. But occasionally we'll play against a really small team, or at least they're from a small city.
Right.
And what that means is they don't have anything to do. So they come to watch soccer games.
Pulls up. Yeah, and they're all probably like related and stuff too. Yeah. So every single person's like, hey, let's go cheer on your brother or your cousin.
So I did a game up in Powell River, which is just like, it's on the mainland and small town.
Oh, it's beautiful there, actually.
Yeah. And when we showed up, this was last year, there was a big thing in front of the community center that just said game day. And I was like, oh, that's us. Like, we are game day. I'm a part of game day, which is very surreal.
The big event.
Yeah, the big event coming up. Like, they only get, 9 games a year here in their town, so it's a big deal. We are sucking ass right now.
Listen, it's not my fault.
And then, so like, there's probably 300 people at that game. And then the game today, it was another small town. Mm-hmm. And there's probably like, 250 people out. And somehow, both games, I've had to go goalkeeper. And I'm not a goalkeeper. It's just because we don't have one or whatever. And for this one, they bring chainsaws to the game as like a...
Like just actual live
They don't have the chain on them.
Okay.
But they rev it up. Like when they win a corner, they get a penalty.
That's kind of sick.
And it is sick. It is sick. Gotta be pinball, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It is sick. And like it's a great atmosphere and stuff. But anyway, and they're all drinking and stuff. And it was pretty low key in the first half. It was 0-0. And then we conceded twice. And after the second goal, my coach runs over and I'm on the bench. And I know I'm a striker. So like, okay, we're down 2-0. He's going to bring on a striker. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
Like, so I immediately start like taking my my sweatpants off, getting stuff ready. He's like, Sal, you're going on for keeper. You're going keeper. And then our keeper, who's not a keeper because we did have a keeper this game, he's going to go up. And I'm like, oh, okay. like is that? And he's like, is that fine? I'm like, yeah. Like,
yeah.
You're the coach, dog. Like, yeah, I'll do it. And so I didn't really... Like, I start running out there and I put the gloves on. It's like, wow, this is really happening. Like, I'm about to play in a cup game. I'm playing goalkeeper. And the crowd immediately start getting on my case because I'm like the backup keeper.
The backup.
So they are like, oh, fifth string keeper. And then, like, I'm not a keeper. So I make a few mistakes. Obviously, they score one on me and stuff. Like, and we end up losing 3-0. But after they scored the third goal, the whole crowd was like really getting on me, like all chanting. There was this one woman behind me who was like a straight up mom. I could tell by her voice. She's just a mom. And she was like, keeper, you fucking suck. Like so loud. And I had the biggest grin on my face because, of course, like, I don't give a shit. I'm not a keeper. Like, it doesn't... It's like if I went to an engineering exam and failed it. It would just be like, yep.
You're a terrible engineer.
Yeah, you suck at engineering. Yep, I know. Like, it's not a big deal.
That's what all the TAs do, walking around the exam, actually.
You fucking suck. And, like, yeah, all these guys were... Like, I couldn't... they're far enough away, I can't really tell. But I know they're yelling stuff at me,
Yeah.
Verbal abuse or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. But the truth is, it's a pretty cool experience. Because, like, again, I don't care at all. Like, it's not... They don't know who I am. They don't... Like, they are actually... They are hating me because in that moment, I'm just the villain. I'm playing against their soccer team. And I'm just, a white guy with brown hair from the city. That's all they know. Like, that's all they know about me. I'm a complete, nobody. And they'll never know. They'll never recognize me again. It doesn't matter at all. So it's like, I don't feel bad about it. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking about it later. Like, it's such a cool, like... I guess, like, unique experience to have a bunch of people, like, yelling at you. Like,
it's kind of cool to be keeper, too. Was it, like, scary? Did you find it?
Dude, it's terrifying. The moment you put the gloves on, you don't know how to play soccer anymore. Like, your feet, you don't know how to... You can't play with your feet anymore. Yeah. It's so weird. It's so psychological. Because you never play with gloves on, and then suddenly you have gloves, and you feel like you shouldn't be able to use your feet.
Yeah, because there was like one game or a couple games when I was like younger that I was the goalie for one game because the main guy was just injured or whatever.
Yeah. And
like thankfully that's when you're young, nobody can really shoot it.
Yeah, I'd way rather be a hockey goalie and just sit in net. Soccer goalie, you gotta like move around. It's a huge net.
No, but like at at our age group, like once you get actually older, when you're younger, it's chill. Once you get older, people are fucking sending that puck straight into your head at like 80 miles an hour or whatever. Like, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I literally was just like too big once I got older to like bore anyone's gear to go into the net for like a game or whatever.
Too big. Yeah.
It's like, it's just scary, man.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, I don't know. I had a great time. I had the biggest smile on my face. And as soon as the game ended, my coach came over. He's a player coach. I probably didn't say that. He's a player coach. So he comes over, he's like, sorry, man, like, and I'm like, dude, I don't care, like, it's all good, like, questionable decision to put me in, I mean, I did say that, but I was like, crazy decision to put me in net, but I'll follow you to the ends of the earth, like, you're my coach, like, that's just, that's what I do, so, all good. And then after the game, of course, everyone was like, you're so brave, or whatever, because it is, I mean, I got, a bunch of people yelled at me about how much I suck. It's not a fun situation, but I don't know.
You're so brave.
Yeah, I don't know. I made the most of it. Yeah, I had a good time. Like, it's such a unique experience. I guess, I don't know, you're living an interesting life if you can have a boat where a bunch of people are like,
you're literally like, you're enemy number one of that hour.
You're doing, I don't know, you're doing something That's right.
And I get it, because I think there's times when the other team would have the same situation where they don't have a goalie for whatever reason, so they put a player in, and like the whole team's chirping
shoot,
like, absolutely.
Yeah, of course. No.
Yeah, shoot from the center line.
No, that's what they were saying. As soon as someone got it in our half, shoot, and I'm like, don't shoot, please. Because we're playing on grass, so I had some crazy bounces where you just don't know where the ball's gonna go. Oh man, it's crazy, but such a cool experience. And just I was thinking about the 2 times I've played in front of the most people, probably 300 people, 250 people. Both times I've gone keeper. What are the fucking odds of that? That's
your
so
big game day event.
That's so wild.
You should have talked to the ref or whatever. Got some people ejected who were like bad mouthing you guard. That would have been so funny. Like
the mob behind me.
Yeah,
she told me I suck.
That's probably within reason for them to kick her out. To be fair, like
they could hear her over the chains.
Would have been funny. I got my coach like suspended one time because not because I was chirping the other team. I was a very like sportsman-like kid. I'll have you know. No chirping whatsoever.
Oh no, me too.
Can't say the same for the entire rest of my team because like it's hockey. Of course they all were.
I bet Axel had some chirps.
There was one time when we were up island or whatever, and the 2 refs, the refs and the linesman or whatever, would literally just call me for anything. So
it's just too big.
No, like they just like didn't want to lose. I guess it was like a championship game.
Yeah,
they didn't want to lose. There was the same situation where their goalie was not a proper goalie. So literally what they would do is I would get out of the penalty box and I'd like step onto the ice and I'd like look at a kid and they'd blow the whistle on me and give me a penalty. I'm not kidding you.
That's crazy.
And at the end, we calculated, at the end of the game, I had over 20 minutes in penalty time that game alone.
That's a third. It
is literally a third.
That's 1 period.
And it was enough to the point where it got my coach suspended because we got too many penalties. And he like couldn't come to any games for like the next like 5 games or whatever. Like it was ridiculous. It was like unheard of amount of penalties.
Was it because you were the best player? So they just
not really. Like I was just the biggest one. I mean, you know, I wasn't bad by any means. I always thought that I was like a really good defenseman. Specifically, I'm not a very offensive, but. Hey, I saw you score 2 goals in like 3 minutes. That's true. The only time I've ever seen you play. You came and watched me play, and I got some crazy. You scored 2 goals in 3 minutes, and then you watched me play the next day, and I scored. Yeah, that was. Did I score twice? Yeah, we had a big weekend. That was a long time ago. That was like. Yeah, we haven't been to each other's games like since. Well, I'm in a men's league now. Yeah, I'm not going to Powell River. I'm sorry, bro. And I don't play this year. Didn't play this year. Yeah. So. No, we only have one more game this year, but. Yeah, it's crazy. I've never, like, in soccer, we don't have penalties or anything, boxes, but we yellow cards, red cards. I've never gotten a yellow card in my life. Ever? No, because I'm an attacking player, and I'm just not built like that. I don't, like, tackle, really. Right, yeah. Because, I mean, as a striker, you shouldn't really be tackling people. And then I don't get aggressive. I don't yell at people. I don't I've never yelled at anyone. You're in my starting life, fights. No, I'm super. Like I'm just having fun out there and fight. Like I fight for it. And I've been the one time I got close to getting a yellow card was about like 3 games ago where I was on the bench at the start and the goalkeeper he got the ball. And one of our players is like running towards him. And wow, I barely almost. The goalkeeper's like he gets the ball and our striker's running towards him, and the goalkeeper just leans into him and elbows him in the head. Yeah. And then later in the game, I'm running at the keeper in the exact same situation, and I'm like, I'm fucking hitting this guy. So I ran straight into him. Terrible decision. I hit the ground. This guy was like 400 pounds. He was huge. I did not take that into account. And I hit him so hard. It was right in front of their bench. And the ref got so... He was like, don't do that again. Like, don't run into the keeper again. I'm like, my bad. I was going for the ball. He's like, okay. So, like, all right. So I should have gotten a yellow if I did. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. And, well, if he wasn't 400 pounds, I'm sure you would have. Yeah. I know. I wanted to. I just bounced off him. When I got to the bench, I'm like, did that look as bad? Kids used to do that to me. They would like just bounce off me in the little league. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time. I'm okay. What's up? Goodbye.